Have you ever just stopped and thought about the powerful, almost invisible systems that are running our world? I mean, from ordering your morning coffee to managing a global supply chain, they're literally everywhere. Today, we're going to pop the hood and unpack the digital engine that makes it all possible.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. Are we living in an information society? Well, when you think about it, almost everything we do is built on a foundation of information and communication technologies. ICT. The evidence? It's all around us.
Let's take a super simple example, your car's GPS. It seriously feels like magic, right? But it's actually a perfect information system in action. It all starts with satellites way up in space, beaming down signals with their exact position and time. Your car's little receiver is listening for at least 4 of them. Then it does some crazy fast math, a process called trilateration, to pinpoint your exact location based on how long each signal took to reach you. From there, the software takes over, slaps your little icon on the map, and figures out the best way to get you where you're going. It's this beautiful symphony of hardware, software, and data all working together for one simple goal. All right, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with that invisible engine. Then we'll break down the anatomy of an information system. We'll see it in a business in action, figure out how these systems actually create value, and then finally, we'll take a peek into the future of digital business. Okay, first up, the invisible digital engine. See, the thing about most of this tech is that it's designed to be totally invisible. We only really notice it when the Wi-Fi goes down or an app crashes. But it is absolutely crucial for pretty much everything we do. So why are these systems so critical? Well, every single organization runs on just mountains of data: customers, sales, inventory, you name it. Information systems are what wrangle all of it, making sure it's accurate and all connected. In today's market, that's not just a nice to have, it's essential for staying competitive. And this last point here is the real game changer. Information itself has become one of the most valuable commodities on the planet. I mean, just look at Google.
Okay, so what is an information system really? Well, to get it, we need to peel back the onion and look at the 3 fundamental layers that make up any organization.
So the first layer is the activity system, and this is all about the people. Let's just forget technology for a second. This is simply what people do. It's all the coordinated tasks that everyone performs to actually get the work done.
The second layer, sitting right on top of that, is the information system. This is the communication network that makes all that human activity possible. It's how people gather, organize, and share information so they can make decisions and work together. You can think of it as the who knows what and when they know it layer.
And finally, we get to the tech. This is the ICT system. This is the stuff we usually think of. The hardware, the software, the databases, the networks. These are the tools we build to support and, let's be honest, to supercharge the information system.
So when you stack them all up like this, it just makes perfect sense, right? You've got these 3 critical, totally interdependent layers. At the very bottom, it's all built on what people do. That's supported by how they communicate and make sense of everything, and all of that is enabled and accelerated by the tools they use. And here's the key. You can't just change one of these layers without sending a ripple effect all the way through the others.
All right, enough theory. Let's make this real. We're going to take a look at a company called Goran Wally Galvanizing to see exactly how these 3 layers dance together in the real world.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. Before we even start talking about computers and software, an organization is a social system. It's all about people working together and communicating.
So at Goranwi, the information system isn't some abstract concept on a whiteboard. Nope. It has a very real, very practical job. It lets everyone, from the folks on the factory floor to the person in the sales office, know the status of any job. What's already been done, what's happening right now, and what needs to happen next. That shared understanding, that's what lets them coordinate their actions. And that coordination is the secret sauce to creating real business value. And that brings us to the big question, right? Why do businesses pour millions and millions into these systems? Let's talk about how they create actual, tangible value. And we'll start with costs. So every single business faces 2 fundamental kinds of costs. First, you've got your production costs. That's the cost of actually making the widget or delivering the service. But then you've got coordination costs. This is the cost of managing everything, of getting all the different people and all the different processes to work together smoothly. And here it is. This is the aha moment. While tech can definitely help with production costs, its real superpower is in dramatically reducing those coordination costs. It just makes it so much cheaper and faster to get everyone on the same page.
This is where the whole idea of a value chain becomes so powerful. An organization is really just a series of coordinated activities, all linked together to create something of value. And by using ICT to slash the coordination costs between each and every link in that chain, well, you're not just getting more efficient, you're creating this incredible cascading positive effect. A faster design process leads to faster manufacturing, which means faster delivery. You get that right, and you build a competitive advantage that is incredibly hard for anyone else to copy.
Now let's zoom all the way out. This whole principle of using technology to crush coordination costs isn't just some minor tweak for individual businesses. No way. It's the fundamental force that scaled up and built the entire digital economy we live in today. It is literally how we got here. We throw these terms around all the time, right? Well, e-business is the big picture. It's using ICT to run your entire operation. E-commerce is a bit more specific. That's applying the tech to buying and selling stuff, whether it's business to consumer, like when you buy from Amazon, or business to business, which, believe it or not, is a way, way bigger market. All of it is built on the exact same foundations we've been talking about. So where is all of this headed? You know, for decades, the main goal was just efficiency. But the real power of modern digital platforms isn't just about making old processes cheaper. It's about unlocking totally new ways of creating value through innovation. I mean, think about the iPhone. On one level, its big innovation was convergence. It took a whole bunch of stuff we already had, a phone, a music player, a camera, a GPS, and crammed it all into one slick little device. And that was awesome for sure, but it wasn't the biggest part of the story. The real world-changing innovation was something called generativity. Generativity. It's the ability of a technology or a platform to be built upon by other people in ways the original creators never, ever imagined. See, the iPhone itself was a great product, but it was a closed system. The App Store? That was pure generativity. It wasn't just another feature, it was an invitation. It unleashed the creativity of millions of developers around the world, creating this massive ecosystem of value. This right here is the ultimate goal of modern system design. Not just to build a tool, but to build a world that other people can build in. And so this leaves us with the ultimate challenge for any leader today. In a world that's defined by these generative platforms and constant, rapid change, strategy isn't just about deciding what to do next. The real question is this: how do you build an organization, your activity, information, and ICT systems that is flexible and adaptive enough to innovate at the incredible, breakneck speed of technology itself?